All right, my friends, it's Tien and I'm back with a brand new video, and it's gonna be on a fucking Jason fucking Blaha again. Yes, the gym lifting, recruiting, lifting, fitness slave, gear slave himself, Jason Blaha, dude. Yeah, man. Look at his basket: broccoli. What's he got there? Some sweet potatoes, yams, potatoes, some almond milk, fake milk, and some weird tomato sauce. And are those even eggs there? I don't know what those are. He finally bought some eggs. Wow. And he's got some ugly chicken. Wow, this is a great food stamp diet. Great. Anyways, we're going to do a reaction video to Jason beep, Blaha's video. Carbs are essential. They absolutely are not essential at all whatsoever, dude. Get it? All right, man. So Blaha says that there are no essential carbohydrates is a misleading statement. No, it's not. Absolutely not.
When people utter the statement there are no essential carbohydrates and they use that to justify something in your diet, you need to run. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here.
And he's absolutely wrong. You want to know why? It's not essential. I'll tell you why. Here's the reason fucking why, man. Fuck. These unnatural fucking fucks like him. All right? Does beef have carbohydrates in it? Oh.
There are 0 grams of total carbohydrate in 100 grams of cooked 85% lean ground beef.
There you go. You know what beef has in it? It has fucking fat in it, dude. That's what it has. It has fats. Yeah, man. You know what your preferred energy source is that your body likes to fucking run off of? Your mitochondria? Fucking animal fat. Yes. That is the preferred fuel source. That's why you're not dead if you don't eat plant drugs called carbohydrates. Drugs called carbohydrates made from plants. Get it? The word carbohydrate doesn't exist in the animal kingdom, in us as carnivores. We are carnivores. That is not a diet. We are carnivores and we fucking eat meat, bro. Everybody eats meat. Now, anything else you eat other than meat is considered a fucking diet. All right? These drugs that you keep eating called carbohydrates, plants are drugs, and all drugs are made from plants. So what is the preferred source? What is essential? Animal fat. You need animal fat. I'm going to tell you why you need animal fat. If your cholesterol goes below 0, you will die. You will fucking die. Get it, dude? But if you don't take in carbohydrates, you will not die. You will actually be a lot healthier. Want to know why? Because even in this section here, I don't know where that was. I saw something here. Hold on. Even here, they'll tell you a no carb diet eliminates almost all carbs and encourages what? High intakes of fat and protein. It may boost weight loss, heart health, and blood sugar control, broski. Get it? Yeah, man. So there's a lot of things involved there. I don't want to explain it all. But do you think when people killed animals, they just said, hey, man, we shouldn't eat that fat. It's not good for us? No, dude. They ate the fat, the organs, the meat. They drank the blood, too. They drank blood, which you're so scared to do is buy blood and drink it. Animal blood. It's in your fucking meat anyways, in your beef, and you're fucking drinking it. Why not fucking go and buy it in a fucking container and eat some? Christ.
I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. Because what people don't understand, when we hear the word essential, in the English language it has a certain meaning, and scientific and nutritional science terms it has another meaning as well. Okay? So when we hear the word essential...
Absolutely not essential. It is not, because as carnivores, it is not essential in our diet. And you are not a ruminant animal. That's why you can't digest and you can't. That's why these nutrients in plants are not bioavailable to humans. You are not ruminant. Okay, dude? It's really simple. And there's a bunch of other things that are going on there. But besides that, plants are drugs and all drugs are made from plants. You don't need drugs, okay? You're not a drug addict. You don't need these drugs. You're just addicted to them. That's all. You don't need them. They're not essential, okay?
We're thinking, oh, you don't need.
But animal fat is essential because if you don't get enough animal fat, that cholesterol, if it goes below zero, you will die. You will even get a heart attack and die. If your cholesterol is really, really super low, you'll get cardiovascular disease, you'll get a heart attack, you'll fucking die, dude. A bunch of shit will happen to you, you will die. Your body will stop producing hormones and a bunch of things. You're going to be dead.
Or benefit from it. Okay? Right?
The reason people's hormones are so low today, they're so fucking low. They're complaining about low testosterone and everything. Their problem is that they don't eat enough animal fat. That's why. Now, whether you get it from raw eggs, whether you get it from sushi, raw fish, I don't know, or raw beef or beef fat or grinding up beef fat and eating it. I don't know where you're going to get it from, one of those sources. But if you don't get sufficient amounts of it, you're going to have fucking extremely low testosterone. You're going to be irritable all the time. You're going to have high estrogen. You won't be able to sleep. You're going to have heart palpitations. You're always going to have mood swings. You're always going to have so many problems, mentally, physically, problems sleeping, problems, I don't know, just a whole bunch of problems, dude. I can't even explain it to you. That's why people exercise in gyms, because they're like, I have to raise my testosterone because I've been eating Fruit Loops and Twinkies all day. Carbohydrates like Blaha, looking super skinny. If you eat carbohydrates, here's another thing that happens. You're insulin resistant. That means if you're insulin resistant, it means the cell has closed itself off to absorbing nutrients. That's why carbs are anti-nutrient. So even if you ate that steak and you ate these fucking carbs and now you're insulin resistant, that means insulin resistant means you have shut off the key pathways for the amino acids and these nutrients to enter the cell because it is blocking out this carbohydrate from entering the cells. It doesn't want it in there. Doesn't want it in there, bro. Get it? You understand me, man? And then it starts storing fat, and it does wreaks havoc in your body. There's glycation, inflammaging, and a whole bunch of stuff. That's why it's not essential. If he tells you it's essential for what accelerated aging and getting glycation and dying, oh yeah, okay, it's essential for that. If you want to cut the population's lifespan in half, sure, yeah, less than half, and have them drop off early and die, sure, it's very essential for killing people, definitely. For destroying your bones, your health, your looks, and everything, it's very essential for that. To destroy the fuck out of you, dude.
Well, benefit and absolutely required to survive are not the same.
Yeah, look at him. What are the benefits? Looking 85 years old at 47 and being a lifting slave in the gym because you're on drugs lifting? Because when you eat carbs, you're on drugs, dude. You want to keep lifting. Get it? He's like, I got low testosterone because of the drugs. And so, I have to go lift in the gym and increase my testosterone. I have to beat that horse with a stick the other way, in opposite direction. Yes, okay.
Same thing, okay? And we need to be clear, you need carbohydrates so much so that your body will try to make them out of everything.
No, they won't. You don't need carbohydrates. They won't, your body won't make carbohydrates out of anything because beef has zero carbohydrates. What you're going to eat is animal fat. That's what the preferred source is that your body wants to run off of.
Because you will be
you're going to be dead, he says.
Dead within minutes without them.
See, you're going to be dead within minutes without carbohydrates. Well, guess what? I don't eat any carbohydrates, dude. You don't eat any carbohydrates. What I eat is animals, and I eat animal fat, and I eat organs, and I actually drink the blood. Yeah. And I eat a lot of raw stuff. No, I eat cooked stuff, man. But I eat a lot of raw stuff.
You will literally be dead.
I guess I'm dead. But guess what? The people that have low cholesterol have all ended up dead. They all ended up dead with low cholesterol. Want to know why? Because if you don't have enough animal fat, cholesterol fat, which is the preferred energy source that mitochondria like running off of, you will die. You will be dead. I don't know. Look it up in PubMed NCBI. Let it explain it to you.
If your body's supply of glucose, which is sugar, goes to zero or goes to...
I don't believe anything he says.
Of glucose, which is sugar goes to zero or goes too low, you will be dead within minutes.
No, you won't. No, you won't. You want to know why? Here's another thing. The most your body can process when it comes to sugar is 1 gram per day. 1 gram. I've seen people drink one Coca-Cola has like 32 grams in a can of Coke. There's 32 grams of sugar. That's a lot of grams. So if it can only process 1 gram, what are you doing with the rest of these drugs called sugar? And they're unnatural. They're unnatural. They're from plants, which you're not a plant eater. You're eating plants, but you're not a plant eater. That's your problem. You're just addicted to the drugs. The plants are drugs, so you're just addicted to drugs. That's why you like eating them.
Life ceases to exist.
No, it doesn't. But if you stop eating animal fat, life ceases to exist. Just look at the vegan compilation. They're all dropping off, dude. Or the starving compilation. They're all starving and they're all dropping off. They're all dying. Here's the funny part. What happens to people with high cholesterol and then your doctor puts, you have high cholesterol, let's just say, and your doctor puts you on these statins to lower your cholesterol? You die. I have a friend. He had high cholesterol. Okay, his problem was this. He had low cholesterol. He had low cholesterol. He got a heart attack. He didn't know it was because of low cholesterol, the way he was eating. But then later he started eating like beef and beef fat and all that. So when the doctor checked him, he said, "Oh, your cholesterol has increased." And he said he was feeling better because it had increased because he was eating animal fat. He started eating beef with fat in it constantly. And he was feeling so much better and everything. And the doctor put him on these statins, which suppressed and lowered his cholesterol. And guess what happened? He died. He died because he got to the point where he got weak. He got shaky, weak. He felt really bad. He kept telling me he felt bad. And then he started sleeping. He wouldn't get up and then he died. Yeah, he died. Get it? Because low cholesterol. Because there's not enough energy for the body to run on. If your cholesterol is too low, you die. You don't need carbohydrates. A carbohydrate is just a drug.
But the word essential means that you have to have it in your diet. All right.
No proof of that it's essential. You have to have it in your diet. He's making it up.
And here's I'm going to give you guys.
But animal fat, cholesterol is essential. Without it, you will die. If your cholesterol goes below zero, you will die. You'll be dead.
Guys, a little bit of an explanation. Essential. It isn't.
Nope. High cholesterol is essential. And saturated fat, these fats, the animal fats are essential. Because all the trace minerals and vitamins and vitamin D and everything is in animal fat. It's essential. But carbohydrate is a drug. It is a drug. It's sugar, it's a drug.
Essential that you have air conditioning or heating. Okay?
No, it's not essential for you to have air conditioning or heating. It's just something you're doing. Is it essential? Not necessarily. But if you are in a cave and it's cold, then to you, it probably would be essential to start up a fire. It would be, it's a necessity, let's say, for you to feel warm. It's a necessity. You want to feel warm, so you make a fire. But it's not essential.
People say, but
You just feel cold, so you don't want to be uncomfortable feeling cold.
might die without them. That's true, but you also are not 100% chance guaranteed to die without them.
You won't die because you don't have air conditioning in hot weather. Okay? People managed in the past. They didn't have air conditioning. It's not essential.
That is literally the same thing. People say, but I need them for my comfort. I need them to function properly. It gets so hot or so cold where I live. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I would say that it's essential for your body heat to be at a certain range. Definitely, these things are essential. If they're out of place for a long time, then definitely you're gonna have problems. Whatever.
There are people in your climate type who have survived without either one. It has happened.
You know how they survived in our climate type? You know they survive in like Siberia, Alaska, all these places. They eat animal fat. They don't eat carbohydrates. There's no plants up there. There's animals up there. So Blaha says, If you don't eat these plant drugs called carbohydrates, you will die. You will die without eating drugs. He wants to convince you that if you stop eating drugs, you'll die. Well, for some people, that may be true. They're so addicted to these drugs, if they stop, they may die without it. They think they're dying at least, so they feel like they're dying. Because you have some people that say, man, if I don't have I'm dying for a chocolate bar, I'm dying for ice cream or sugar, I'm dying for these sugar products or a pizza or pasta or whatever. I'm dying to eat that. Why are they dying to eat it? Because it's like a drug. It's a drug. It is a drug, so it's a drug. It's like a drug. You want to eat it. Yeah. It has nothing to do with animal products.
Physically possible for some humans, in many cases, to survive in extremely high temperatures without air conditioning or cooling. And it is
Of course.
possible for some humans to survive in sub-freezing weather without, heating in their house.
We survive. We survive.
It has happened. Therefore, using that same logic, they are not essential, even if some people die without them, because of other complications. That is the equivalent. That is literally the equivalent of what we're dealing with here. So when people say that, it is so ignorant and profoundly stupid that they're using it then to justify dietary stuff that it's just ludicrous. Because here's what it comes down to.
Yes, Blaha. What is it?
Yes, our bodies require carbohydrates so much so that they have learned to make them out of anything and everything they possibly can.
No, they don't.
Because we prefer them as a fuel source. Now, that being said...
No, they don't. He's lying to you. Your mitochondria prefer animal, as a carnivore, they prefer animal fat as the primary energy source. That's what's going to make you live to 200 and even longer. But if you eat carbohydrates, you're going to get a lot of glycation. You're going to get what do you call that? Not hypoxia. You're going to get the stuff that rusts you in and out of your cells. It rusts your cells out, like hypoxia or oxidative stress or oxidative whatever. Oxidation. Oxidation. Sorry. You're going to get a lot of oxidation. That means you're going to rust from the inside out, because that's what sugar does. Have you ever seen what happens to a car when you put sugar in the gas of a gas tank of a car? Boom, that car is gone, dude. Why? Why is it gone? Think about that for a moment.
Earth do the lowest carbohydrate diets as a percentage produce great health or longevity?
No.
Right?
No.
So let's look at that for a moment. What diets in the world, around the world, have we associated with the longest lifespan? Okinawans right at the top, 80% carbohydrate.
No, 80%, he's making that up. No, 80% animal fat. They eat fucking pork. The Okinawans, they eat pork. He's lying to you. They don't eat that. He's lying.
80% carbohydrate diet has the longest lifespan documented on Earth.
Maybe the reason why he wants you to eat all these carbohydrates, because you're not building muscles. So he wants you to build these sarcoplasmic muscles, which are based on phony artificial muscle growth, which is based on carbohydrates. A lot of people are building these because they eat carbohydrates. They build these artificial muscles. Look at carnivore people that lift weights, and look at people that eat carbohydrates that lift weights and go to the gym. Notice the difference.
Mediterranean diets tend to be really high. That's the biggest one. Probably the
Mediterranean, they all eat meat. All of these people eat meat. I'm not saying they don't eat plants, these drugs, because they're addicted to them. They love to eat slave food, okay?
diet is on the lower end of the carbohydrate scale.
Wow.
At around 60% of your total calories coming from carbohydrates. That is, in terms of the longevity diets,
What's with his tongue sticking out? He's such a goof. I know what's the matter with Blaha.
and cultural diets that are associated with the longest lifespans and the best health. The lowest one still has at least half, if not more.
The ones associated with long lifespan are centenarians. They have high cholesterol because they eat meat. Anybody who eats plants have a short fucking lifespan. It's a known fact. Vegan diets are dropping off. They don't work, vegan diets. That just shows you if a vegan plant diet was so good, these drugs, these plants, then why are they dropping off? Why are they all dying and disappearing? You want to know why? Because It doesn't work in carnivores. We're not ruminant animals, dude. We're carnivores. Get it?
Of its calories coming from carbohydrates. That means all the other stuff, all the different fats and proteins, still comprise less than half of the total energy intake.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, if people snort cocaine for energy up in the hills and they suck out these leaves, these cocaine leaves, down in the Andes because, oh man, you know, we live high altitude, give them energy, sure.
Okay? Highest fat. Okay?
I'll tell you right now, ever since I've eliminated all these plants, I have more energy than I've ever had in my entire life. I finally feel normal. There isn't any, I have to have sugar, then I get energy high and then it crashes. Energy high and crashing all the time. And having all kinds of physical problems because of that, especially when you get older.
Highest fat diet known to man in nature is the Inuits, the Eskimos.
Yeah, the Eskimos, high fat. Whale blubber and all that, okay?
Okay, now for people say, so there you go. All right, but they don't follow ketogenic diets in the strictest sense, number one, because they eat a lot of raw meat. Apparently there's a lot of glucose in raw uncooked meat. And it turns out when it's been estimated, they still
said there was 0 carbs in beef, remember?
Consume around 20% carbohydrate. But I want to note something here.
No, here's the thing. Let's just say that there's some carbohydrates in their meat. Inside the meat, there's a carbohydrate in there, whatever they want to call this, okay? Let's just assume there is. But is it a plant? No. What kind of carbohydrate would be found inside of an animal when you cut them open? See what I mean?
2 points. Number one, they have short lifespans in their natural habitat. What?
Who has short lifespans? They're not seeing doctors or dentists or anybody up there. What the fuck is he talking about? They don't have a pharmacy. They're not getting sick. They're not getting injections. They're not getting anything. They live out in nature. Who says they have a short lifespan? Any proof?
The lifespan of the average Eskimo on their traditional diets is only like 50 to 55.
Prove it. Prove it. Show me where. You can't prove that. He's making it up. The average lifespan is 55. They don't eat bread. The fucking Egyptians, when they started eating bread, they died at 20 and 30 because they stopped eating all animals because they were gone. They fucked the farmland and everything else. They started eating the slave food, so they died early. Yeah. Ramses was at a time when he most likely ate animals. He lived to 100. I don't know about the people around him. They may have lived just as long as him. Who knows?
That is their lifespan. Even the American diet outlives them. The average American lives longer than their 50s. See, we live into our 70s. We're just not, that's not considered great. Okay? So we could literally take all the diets around the world, the non-modern, slightly older type diets, cultural
I don't know that, man. There's no proof of this whatsoever.
diets, and there's an inverse relationship. The higher the fat, the shorter the lifespan. The higher
the fat, the shorter the lifespan. Again, when you look up the studies in centenarians, the higher the fat, the longer the lifespan. Look, let's look for this.
According to The Lancet, the longitudinal Swedish Amoris cohort study, which has a 35-year follow-up period, has shown that high total cholesterol is associated with reaching age 100 years.
There you go. So I don't know what Blaha's talking about. You understand me? He says eating high animal fat is associated with short lifespan, when meanwhile, high cholesterol is associated with what? Total high cholesterol is associated with reaching what? Age 100 and even longer. The only reason why these people are not living past 100, 120 years of age is because they're also eating plants, which is shortening their lifespan. That is the problem. You see what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. That's the reason. Get it, dude? Now, these people, I don't know how long they're living to, these Eskimos or whatever. I don't know, 55. Is there any proof of that? Have you gone up there? Have you measured it? What if you find out that they're living to 200, but the government was keeping it from you, that they were living to 200, 300, eh? Then what would you say, huh? What would you say then there, eh, Blaha?
Carbohydrate, the longer, with Mediterranean being an exception, with Mediterranean's low in saturated fat. It's full of polyphenols and monounsaturated fats. Fiber is carbohydrate.
Saturated fats, polyphenols. You're talking about these plant fats, which are bad for you. Fucking oils and shit. They're nasty. They shorten your lifespan, dude. That's the thing.
It tends a little higher in protein than most of the others, okay?
Whatever.
It doesn't match the model of these low-carb advocates unless they're telling you to eat olives and avocados, not red meat in large amounts. Also has a lot of cultured dairy. They're not eating a lot of butter. Keep that in mind. So when you look at these things, you have to step back and go, well, wait a minute.
Holy shit.
This is a problem.
Holy shit. Man, when they checked these people that lived in Switzerland, they were like checking their teeth. They had good teeth and everything. They were eating butter. They were eating fat. They were eating all these animal products. But like I said, in nature, you would eat more organs. We're not eating enough organs. We're not drinking the blood of the young animals to stay young. We're not doing the things that we would normally do in nature, and that's why our lifespan's cut short, because we can't stop eating plants and chocolate bars sometimes, and eating these carbs and chips and all that, because the junk food, it's so tasty, and even the fruits and the vegetables. People won't eat fruits, which is junk food too, because it's engineered that way. You wouldn't eat it in nature. It tastes like shit. Get it, dude?
Right. All right, how about athleticism? So that's lifespan.
What about athleticism? I don't know too many people on a normal, natural, real carnivore diet athletes. There's no real carnivore athletes out there. They do eat a lot of meat. That's why they're very athletic. They eat meat. But I'm talking about a real carnivore person on just a pure carnivore real diet. There isn't any. But like I said, the majority of athletes out there, they eat meat because they talked about the Olympics, why they eat so much meat. Because why? Because they have to perform. That's why they need meat. Okay?
Body composition, athleticism. Almost all the top athletes on the face of the earth, elite athletes, consume high carbohydrate diets.
But they also consume a high protein of animal diet, bro. Get it? With nutrients in it. He's full of shit. He's full of shit.
Nearly zero of them do ketogenic diets.
I don't know what a ketogenic diet is, but they're carnivores. They eat meat. All the Olympians, they eat meat. I don't know any fucking vegans out there trying to perform in the Olympics, okay, dude? They all eat meat.
Nearly zero. And a lot of the ones that do, they can't sustain them because they can't sustain their athletic performance. So...
Yeah, but he left out the part where they're eating meat. And there's animal fat in there, too, with the meat. Because it's in there. You can't avoid it. It's in there. They're eating seafood and meat and everything. There's fat in there. There's animal fat in there, dude.
Carbohydrates do seem to may not be essential in the...
No, drugs are not essential. You just simply want to eat drugs because you grew up that way. You're a slave. It's to enslave you in your job. So they want you to work harder in your job. That's what they want to do, broski. They want you to work harder at your job.
Strictest sense to survive. They do seem to be essential to have a long lifespan.
What? Carbohydrates? Essential for a long lifespan? It's going to cut your lifespan short. You're going to get diabetes and die, dude.
In fairly robust amounts. I mean, again, objective, look at the data.
The data says that fructose and everything destroys DNA, gives you brain damage, shortens your lifespan, all that. Sugar destroys you, shortens your lifespan, glycation, oxidation, and all this kind of shit, dude.
They also seem to be essential. They also seem to be essential for great...
Essential for destroying you, yes.
athletic performance,
No,
and great body composition.
yeah, people take drugs.
The only exception that I've seen guys get away with are
Yes, people take all kinds of drugs to try to cheat and perform, right? But it's short term. It's short term. Destroy you over time.
people who use very copious amounts of PEDs and anabolic drugs.
Sure.
Can get away with more ketogenic diets and still have lots of muscle, good performance.
Okay.
But do they really compare with people who still do higher carbohydrate using the same stuff? They still oftentimes fall short.
Okay.
But they have another factor that's letting them still be exceptional.
What's that factor, dude?
You know,
What is that?
therein lay the problem.
What's that factor?
Right therein lay the problem.
Uh-huh.
This
Guys, therein lay the problem, guys. See the problem. You have to eat fake food. You need fake food, bro.
whole, it's not essential as a cop-out. And I would say to those people, do you know what else isn't essential? Saturated fat is a completely non-essential nutrient. We do not require a single drop of it in our diet for health or to survive.
Yeah, it's essential. You need saturated fat, animal fat. It's essential, or otherwise you will die. You will die without it.
Not saying we can't use a little bit, but they want to eat that, but it's not essential. It's only two.
Yes, it's very essential, but plants are not essential in carnivores' diets. In carnivore animals like humans, it's not essential. Get it?
Essential fats.
It's essential to herbivore animals because that's what they eat. They're plant eaters, so it's essential for them to eat plants. It's not essential. It's not essential for carnivore animals to eat plants. If a carnivore eats a plant, it's because he's addicted to the drugs. Get it?
Linoleic acid and alpha linoleic acid. That's it.
Oh, those cut your lifespan really short. Linoleic acid, that's the worst kind. I don't know, dude, from plants.